6, we're back again. Kristi and Katie, your crime time friends. Stories, justice, laughs collide. True Crime Squad, come join the ride. Grab the clues, let's take a stand. For victims' voices, hand in hand. True Crime Squad, it's time to shine. Season 6, your turn, your time. True Crime Squad, where justice meets hilarity.
Hey everybody, welcome to the True Crime Squad. I'm Kristi Brower, here with my sister, co-host, and partner in all things crime, Katie Weaver. Hey Katie.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's going just fine. It's warmed up. It's 12 degrees right now, so...
Woo! Jacket weather!
Right? Yeah, I noticed that, let's see, who said it? Jennifer said in Perth it is... Or no, Kristi said in Perth it is 102 today. Fahrenheit, and it is 12 degrees Fahrenheit here in Idaho today.
I think they both suck. Let's meet somewhere in the middle of those two.
Right? That's too much. Yeah. But, yeah, not too shabby. Yeah.
Well, at least, we're warming up just a little, which isn't terrible. Maybe my dachshund will, start pooping in the out of doors again. That would be nice. I don't know. I don't know if any of you have dachshunds, but they are stubborn as hell.
Mm-hmm. At least they're little enough to be manhandled, though.
Yes, they are. She definitely is. But I mean, at least our Chiweeni's easy. Just runs right outside, does her thing, no problem. And little Whoopi wanders out there like we're, trying to freeze her to death. We're trying to kill her, making her go out there. She's such a dramatic dog. She is such a drama queen. The other day we were eating ham, and I tossed a little piece to her. She missed it, and as she missed it, the Chiweenie ran around her to grab it, and she screamed and bawled like she was getting beat up because Z stole her ham. Yeah. She threw a conniption fit. She, like something was harming her for real. I'm like, look, lady, I don't know what to do for that, except maybe, put you in for an Academy Award, but wow.
Yeah. That's hilarious. Our little Rico that passed here a few months ago, you really had to watch him, because if he went outside when it was like ultra cold, if he decided he was too cold, he would just tip over wherever he was and scream and cry until you ran and saved him. His little feet just couldn't take anymore. Yeah. I always wondered, does he ever go outside and I don't notice? Because we have a dog door, and because no one's watching, he can't really pull that and just has to pull himself up by his bootstraps and come in the house.
Probably.
If you were outside, he would... I have run out in snowbanks before in bare feet to rescue him because he just couldn't go on. Yeah.
That's so funny. Kathleen says her 3 Cavalier King Charles Spaniels do not like the cold or rain.
Oh, Kathleen, I have always wanted a Cavalier King Charles. They are so cute.
They
so
are
freaking cute.
So cute. Yes. Victoria says 4+ inches of snow in North Florida. Beat the record.
Ooh.
Wow.
And it's snowing in South Carolina right now, too.
This snow in the South is blowing me away. It's so weird. So weird.
Well, like Colorado was sub-zero yesterday, and they're 40 today.
Oh, my gosh. That is a huge swing. That's so hard on the body. Oh. Carsonda says even Arizona is cold today. It's only 50 degrees. Wow.
Ooh. Yikes.
Crazy. Well... this isn't True Crime Squad unless we've had a good bitch about the weather.
Yes, this is just especially weird. Yeah.
But we actually do have quite a lot of true crime for you today, so we probably should
Should we discuss a programming note first?
Oh, yes. Programming note. We have been streaming to Facebook since the inception of this show, and we've been streaming to Twitter for about the last year. And we've made some decisions based on the removal of policies that create safety for creators, particularly LGBT creators, that we have decided we are no longer going to be streaming to Facebook or X beginning next week. So beginning next week, if you want to find us on our live streams, you will have to come to YouTube. We're not going to do the Facebook and the Twitter live streams anymore. We just feel like we need to create safe spaces for us. We also want to support platforms that create safe spaces for creators and also for viewers. So that is what we're going to do.
Just as a fiscal note, it makes no sense for us. YouTube and Twitter do not monetize us. Or not YouTube, sorry, Facebook and Twitter. Actually, Facebook did monetize us, but there's no monetize.
We have no idea how to get paid or what we would get paid for. It's been ridiculous. But we've decided that that's the best move. So beginning next week, all of our lives will only be on YouTube.
Yep.
So
thank you, Kaylin. I appreciate that.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
And we love you. And if you watch us on Twitter or on Facebook, please just come join us on YouTube.
Yeah.
Remember, subscribe to the channel and then click on the bell. And the bell gives you notifications, supposed to be real-time notifications. We all know YouTube's not the best at that, but that would be a good way for you to know. We're also really encouraging you to come to our Discord. We still have a Facebook group. We're not sure how much longer we will have a Facebook group. And so, we're not announcing ending that right now, but I do think that it would be a good idea for you to go join our Discord if you're just following us on Facebook. Our Discord group is actually way more active than our Facebook group is. Our Discord is really fun. There are great people there. And so
good conversations going every day.
Yeah. So the Discord group, just go to truecrimesquad.com and there's a link right on that page. When you click on it, it is the invite to our Discord group. So that is all you have to do. And then come join us over there. You'll actually see that we're much more active over there. There's a lot going on in Discord. Because it's very possible that in the future, our Facebook presence is going to go away completely. So, just kind of giving y'all a heads up.
Carsonda, I think you and a couple others we don't have a lot of people that do watch us on Facebook. So I think it just makes sense. So yeah. And you can do a lot on Discord. Discord's pretty interesting. We have so many sub pages there, and it's a great way to just have organized information. And so this is good. It's a good change.
It's very protected. That is a closed group. You have to have an invite to get into it.
Yep.
And it is we mod it, and I mean we've never had anything bad happen in there anyway.
Ever.
It's really nice. And so we encourage you to come join us over there. Discord is an app. If you have not used it before, you can use it on your computer. Rhonda, of course you watch us on YouTube. Yep, you're right here.
Yep, that's where we're going to stay.
That's where we're going to be.
Yep. Yep.
We are building a presence over on Blue Sky right now also. If you haven't looked at Blue Sky is a really nice social media spot.
It is.
It's a kinder place, I have found. And we're really enjoying it over there. And so we're going to continue to be growing, those accounts, the YouTube and Blue Sky, and for now TikTok. And we're just going to kind of wait and see. But a lot of things have been changing lately, and we feel like we want to keep up with that and also do what's best for us and you guys.
Yeah.
Also, I forgot to put my lip gloss on. It helps if you put it on before the show starts and not after,
I mean, you do what you got to do.
Right? It was in my pocket, so it didn't matter. Okay. Alrighty. So, and we will remind you about those changes.
Oh, yeah.
As they're occurring and stuff. We just wanted to kick that off with y'all. Just to kind of give you a heads up.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And with that, let's get right to the true crime, because that's why we're really here.
Yeah.
And Katie, I know you have some WTF news for us.
Oh, boy, do I. Yeah. Well, guys, it's happened again. Another sweet lady fell for the celebrity ruse.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Not again.
Again. I'm going to shut my office door real fast.
Uh-oh. I hear some barking.
Luca promised he'd be quiet, and then him lied. So,
Yeah.
unfortunately, this sweet lady in France, older lady who had just gotten divorced and was pretty vulnerable and really struggling, and was kind of really green at social media, but was trying to be on social media. And a woman messaged her who told her that she is the kind of person that would be perfect for her son, who really needed a good woman who would be kind to him and help support him during some really hard times.
Oh,
who is that person? Brad Pitt.
Oh no. Are you serious? Oh.
So she made the intro, and then Brad started messaging this lady.
Oh,
And
no.
Brad laid out a hell of a sob story that, unfortunately, because of his divorce with Angelina Jolie, all of his funds are locked up. And he's having some terrible, terrible health problems, and he could not pay for the surgeries and whatnot that he needed.
I mean, Brad Pitt is probably a gazillionaire, so that seems off.
Yeah. So these folks have gotten better at their scams, I guess, and put together this montage of photos. They came at different times, but these are AI generated slash photoshopped pictures of Brad Pitt in all forms of being in the hospital and having surgery. There's one where he's holding up a sign that says, "Anne, I love you."
Oh, they're so bad too. They're so fake.
They're terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Oh,
Yeah. I'll just leave those up for a minute so that you can see. She said the man she was talking to was very suave. He was super good. She really fully believed that that's who she was talking to. And because she had recently gotten divorced, she had a divorce settlement that she was more than willing to share. So over the course of time, she did send Brad Pitt $800,000.
oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is so terrible. That is so much money.
Yeah.
Oh,
At some point, she read that Brad Pitt was in a relationship with Inez de Raymond. And so she confronted her pen pal about this, and he denied the report, said that was just the media making things up. And the more she read about his relationship with de Raymond, she decided that holy shit, I have been scammed. So she contacted the police. They've now opened an inquiry. Unfortunately, this lady did an interview on the news in France that the news eventually had to pull down because of the bashing of her and the harassment that she received from it, from people literally just being cruel to her and ridiculing her. So the article itself has come down, but dear God, $800,000.
oh, that is so sad. And they'll never find it.
No, it's in the wind.
Never find it.
Yep.
Oh, that's hideous.
Yep. Yep. Really just unbelievable. Yep. But that's what is so scary and sad, is that there are such vulnerable people in the world that want to believe something like that so badly that they will.
I know,
And
it's really sad.
And get hazed. I could have seen our grandma falling for this kind of stuff. Our mom's mom. I really could have.
Yeah, I could see that as well.
She had a few tech skills. Had she lived a little longer, she would have had more. I think she could have had enough tech skills to be dangerous to herself with stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I, I can see how people fall for this. It's out of loneliness and vulnerability and desperation and sometimes naivety and just a
Mm-hmm.
really terrible lack of understanding of technology and how these things happen, but also an unwillingness to either listen to family members who are telling you this is nonsense or an unwillingness to ask anybody if they think this is nonsense. Because it
Yeah.
wouldn't have taken more than one conversation to clean this up had she been willing to ask somebody and listen. Yeah.
Yeah. My mother-in-law used to contact us all the time. Is
Hmm.
this real? No, that's a scam. She knew, which I was so good
Yeah.
that she could, and that she had people who would help her too, and I know
Yeah.
that's not always everybody's case, but
For sure. Yeah.
oh,
Oh, yeah. Our other grandma, our dad's mom, she frequently just didn't answer the phone.
yeah,
If the
she's
caller
scared to
ID
death of
wasn't
getting
a number
scammed.
she knew, she didn't answer because she was so afraid she'd get taken. Yeah. And people get
Nowadays, I mean,
taken
she's
every
been gone a
day.
long time.
Yeah.
It's gotten way worse
Way
since she
worse.
passed away.
Yeah.
Good Lord, that's so
Yep.
sad for that woman. My God.
Yep. Very, very scary. Yep. So, anyway, there you go. There's another.
We need to be teaching our elders how to spot fake photos.
Yes. Or
Those of
also
us that
just
have,
to,
done a lot of technology work, you look at those photos and you're like, oh my
oh,
God,
yeah,
those are terrible fakes,
right. Yeah.
But not everybody knows
Hmm.
how to tell.
Yeah. Oh, Joelle said her kids are both going into IT and they're constantly sending their parents possible scams. Good. Good, good. Yeah.
Good. I think it helps to just be aware that, we need to keep everybody aware of things that could definitely be fake. I mean, my
Yeah.
mother-in-law used to get phone calls that was someone supposedly in jail identifying himself as her grandson, which would have been our son because he's
Hmm.
the only grandchild,
Yeah.
and that he needed money to get bailed out.
Hmm.
Fortunately, she didn't, first of all, believe that Mike would be in jail to begin with.
Yeah.
And then, secondly, she would call Rhonda and be like, Mike's okay, right? Yep, he's fine. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
scary.
Kaylin said, at least she doesn't have anything she can get scammed out of because she doesn't have anything to give. Well, I mean, that's one thing.
Right?
Well, in the political world, that's a scary place to donate money to because there's so many scams.
There are.
So
Yeah.
many scams. My mother-in-law's mother gave up her life savings to a party who was calling her constantly and asking
Oh,
for more
no.
money with all of these, frightening possibilities and that we have to have more money today and those kinds of things. And she
Oh,
just
my God.
kept shelling out until my mother-in-law couldn't figure out why her bank account was drained. It shouldn't have been. And when she investigated, she discovered that, yeah, she was getting daily phone calls that were scaring the shit out of her, and she was giving money constantly
That should
till she
be
had nothing
illegal.
left.
That should not be allowed to happen.
Nope.
Ridiculous.
Hmm.
That's so sad. Damn it.
I think it also makes the case, though, for some money management assistance over a certain age with a family member that can be paying attention to stuff like this.
Hmm.
But
I think that's true. Just to make
that's
sure.
an easy thing to say and a harder thing to do. But
Right. But for somebody to kind of notice if, like, there's some odd, large amounts of money disappearing. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, because by the time they figured it out, it was too late and there was no getting it back. It was just what was
No.
done was done.
Oh, that's devastating.
Yep. Well, with that, I'm going to kick it back over to you for our main case.
Yes. Well, friends, there has been a hell of a tragedy in Cedar City, Utah. I want to tell you about this beautiful young lady right here was murdered last Friday.
Yeah.
Sorry, can't click on the right thing. Her name is Kaylee Dutton, and this happened in Cedar City, Utah. So Kaylee and her friend were out Friday evening driving around in her little red pickup. Kaylee's 17, her friend is 18.
Yeah.
They're just doing their thing, teenager thing, you know.
Sure.
They end up out on the highway, and this big dark pickup starts following them. And then this big dark pickup pulls up alongside them and fires a gun multiple times into the vehicle, striking Kaylee.
Oh my God.
And it causes Kaylee to wreck the vehicle. Her friend is injured with shrapnel from the weapons, or from the bullets.
Mm-hmm.
And Kaylee passes away.
Yeah.
And the whole world, you know, everyone in that area, this is pretty rural Utah. And so talk about scary. You know,
Right.
what the hell is going on here?
Right.
But the friend lived. And so she was able to say, this dark colored pickup just came up behind us and pulled up next to us and just started firing into our car. And like, you know, everyone, what the hell is going on here? So the police start doing some investigating and looking into it, because at least the friend has some, you know, some knowledge to share. And it turns out that 4 men who lived in a home in the neighborhood where she and her friend had been driving around saw them driving past their house. And maybe they went past it more than once. I'm not totally sure. But somehow they became convinced that whoever was in that pickup was stalking them.
Oh, boy.
So 2 of the 4 men got into the pickup. One of them took a gun from a roommate that stayed at home. And they went out, followed that red pickup, and fired into it.
Jesus
and killed
Christ.
Kaylee Dutton. I mean, it sounds insane because it is insane. It doesn't appear that there was any actual connection between Kaylee and her friend and these 4 men. They did not know each other.
Mm-hmm.
All she did was drive by their house, and that was enough for them to decide that they were being stalked. And the only solution, apparently,
Was to kill them.
being stalked was to go and shoot them while driving on the highway.
Yeah. It's a miracle
Absolutely
either girl lived through
terrifying.
this.
It is.
But the
It is.
poor friend, my God, the trauma
To be there.
of what she just lived through. Unbelievable.
Hideous.
Yeah.
Well, the police now have all 4 men in custody. So Michael Edward Hess Wataki and Ethan Andrew Galloway, who are both 23 years old, have now been charged in 5th District Court with murder and 12 counts of illegal discharge of a firearm, first-degree felonies, obstruction of justice, a second-degree felony, being a restricted person in possession of a gun, not even supposed to have the damn gun, a third-degree felony, and drug possession. They're charged with 17 counts each. So now the other 2 men, the roommates that didn't go along, have also been charged. That is Aldrich S. Felipe, who is 21, and Matthew D. Sorber Petrie, who is 22. And they have been charged with obstruction of justice, being a restricted person in possession of a gun, and drug possession.
Oh, my God.
What? So they knew that these men were taking the gun out to find this truck. They knew after the fact that they had fired into the truck. And so these men that didn't go and participate are still in deep shit.
Well,
because
sure.
they knew before and after what was happening, did not report it. One of them let that guy take the gun.
Right.
And, you know, these are people who clearly already have felonies because they're not supposed to be having guns to begin with.
Right.
And it is insane. They're so young themselves, in their early 20s.
Yeah.
Their lives are destroyed over this. And they have taken the life of this 17-year-old child.
Right.
For what? Other than insanity.
Yeah.
This is the kind of gun crime that we see, I don't know, every day.
Yeah.
That it just makes me sick.
It's just
These men
horrifying.
clearly should never have had possession of a gun to begin with.
No,
But that's
definitely
how
no.
easy it is for someone who is not in their right head to just go out and murder a total stranger because, well, they've got the access, don't they?
Yep. And because they, I don't
Idiots.
know, had the nerve to drive past their house. That is terrifying.
Right.
And
It's
her poor
insane.
family. Can you
Oh,
imagine the grief, the shock, the fury, the confusion, just all of it that they must be going through? Like,
yeah.
why did this happen?
They're absolutely horrified. They've spoken to the press now, and they just feel like their lives have been destroyed,
Yeah, of course.
and trying to make some sense of this, why this
Yeah.
would even happen. It's insanity.
Entirely. Entirely.
Her mom said that they can't really haven't fully processed it. It's almost like it's not real.
I'll bet.
And she said that sometimes she just feels like, oh, she's just out on a ride and she'll be back.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? Because it was so sudden,
Well, and so senseless.
so senseless.
They will never be able to make any sense of this because it's completely senseless.
Yeah, it is completely nonsensical and terrifying.
Yeah.
What the hell is going on in these men's lives that they think, oh, someone is stalking us? I know, let's go kill them.
Yeah.
Like, things were not going right for these people. And obviously, they've been charged with some drug charges. You would hope that this was them under the influence of something.
That
because
kind of
it's
paranoia.
so crazy.
I would certainly think so, but
Yeah. That hasn't been released yet, because this all just happened last Friday night, just a few days ago.
right, this just happened. Yeah.
But I'm wondering, yes, what were they on? Right, were they on meth and like super keyed up and paranoid? Like, did
How did
Why would
all
any of it
four of
happen?
them think this was a good idea?
Right, that's the thing. All four of them participated. Why? Unless they're like in debt to a dealer or something, and they're thinking that that's who's driving by their house, and they're thinking they're defending themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I can't imagine where the plan to just go fire into that vehicle blindly came from, or
Yeah.
was, even a possibility in their minds. Joelle says, how many things in life are senseless? Most of it, probably, right?
Yeah.
I know it. And, this is definitely one of those that this is never going to make sense to anybody.
No.
And it's destroyed Kaylee's life, destroyed her friend's life. Can you imagine being that friend that survived this?
No. No.
These four young men's lives are destroyed. The family,
Not to
Kaylee's
mention
family.
Kaylee's whole universe, her friends, people at her school, her teachers, her neighbors, her church mates, like everyone, besides her family, obviously, but everyone in her realm who is affected by this, and the friend. And then these four idiots also have families who will be deeply affected by this for a good long time too. Like, just all of
And they
it,
all
for
lived in
God's
the same
sake.
community.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, the
Yeah.
impact is far-reaching. Mm-hmm. Right, Camille? How full of you are of yourselves to think that these girls are stalking you to begin with, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I wondered that too, Kristi. Kristi says when they saw it was two women, I guess they didn't think again about their reason for being there, right? Like, none of this would have matched up if they had a fear of something, but maybe they didn't. Maybe they were just high out of their minds and altered
Yep.
reality, and this is what they chose. I don't know.
Was what they were choosing to see. Yeah.
But the randomness of gun crime is so terrifying because you know what? We all have stupid ideas or messed up thoughts in the moment. And when you have right in your own house access to carry out those messed up thoughts, we get shit like this.
Yep.
And our incredible over access to guns and ammunition in the U.S.
Yep.
is terrifying. Because, yeah, people go out and do shit like this every day because they can.
Yep.
And it sounds like none of them should have had a gun anyway because they're charged with,
Right.
you know, possessing a gun when they shouldn't have had a gun.
Yep.
Ugh. Just makes me sick.
And
I
the
feel
thing is,
so
if
bad
one person
for
in
her
the
family.
household isn't supposed to have a gun, there's not supposed to be a gun there at all.
Right. Yeah. You can't have a gun in the household if one person is restricted. And the person who fired the gun was restricted. So another person who shouldn't have either had the gun either, let him take his gun.
Yep.
I mean, why would you do that? Why would you let someone take a gun like that? I mean, there's really only one thing that's going to happen with that gun.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, that is incredibly sad, but we'll definitely keep an eye on these fools'
Yeah. I want
journey
to see
through the
what,
justice system.
Yeah, I want to see what else comes out of this. It's still not going to make any sense.
No, but all the love to Kaylee's family.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, and to her friend. I cannot imagine what they went through in that at that time. It was hideous. So again, that's what gun crime is doing to us here in the United States.
Yep.
And with that, Katie, you've got a crime news update for us.
Yes. This story started to break in November, but has finally broken wide open, so I'm bringing it to you now. So this woman right here's name is Alana Harris.
Okay.
Alana Harris was an influencer, a mommy blogger type. 4 kids, husband named Blake, just sharing her family's journey. And sometime around August, Alana started sharing the health journey of her youngest child. I'm going to just show you a video, and then we'll go from there.
We were just told that our daughter's brain is covered in tumours. My baby girl, she's so little. And she is riddled with tumours. She has benign, which is an amazing part of the story, tumours all over her body. They said, don't be alarmed because she will have them in her heart, her kidneys, her lungs, her nerves, her spinal cord, her eyes. And I said, how many tumours does she have in her brain? And that's when they said there's too many to even count. Her head would just drop and go completely floppy. And then she would come back and then it would drop again and her eyes would roll back. It's diagnosed on Friday with epilepsy, Sunday with infantile spasms, and then Thursday with tuberous sclerosis complex. I need a hug. I need a hug.
Terribly sad. Terribly sad. Alana shared that video. A lot of other videos too. That video, though, some of the nurses that followed her on TikTok were a little sus. Because that didn't seem correct. And it didn't seem to be didn't really seem to mesh with what she'd said about this child's health before. Also before, and in this part I had cut out, but she talked about that they received this news on the same day as the death date of their oldest child, who was born as a stillborn. It all just happened on the same day, and it was just so devastating, and it was just, this is what was happening. So, as you can imagine, a GoFundMe was immediately started where about $68,000 was donated.
Oh boy.
Well, in the meantime, some of the people watching these TikToks went, people in the medical field that went, this does not make sense. That's not a thing. And some of the stuff she's saying is not really tracking for me. So they went ahead and sent this out to, some people contacted the authorities who spoke with the hospital. The hospital went ahead and ran a tox screen, something that apparently had not been done. This baby had had every other test under the sun and had had a few surgeries, but had not had a tox screen. And unfortunately, what the tox screen resulted in is that she indeed was poisoning her.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
How old was that baby?
1.
Oh, good Lord.
So she was giving her multiple unauthorized prescription and pharmacy medications that were not for that child.
Oh.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
So, it was 60,000 Australian dollars, 37,000 US dollars that she raised on GoFundMe. The police basically are saying that she was poisoning her in order to raise money as well as just for clicks and likes.
Holy shit. Well,
So,
just making up this very weird illness that doesn't really make any sense.
Yep. So medical personnel reported harm against the baby on October 15th. And of course, the baby tested positive for a bunch of meds that she wasn't prescribed. And so they took the baby into care. It's been reported that the baby has now been released from care, or from the hospital. But it, is obviously in care now, in supervised care, and is doing great, sitting up, eating, holding her head up, doing all the things that you would expect a 1-year-old baby to be doing.
Oh, God.
Their other 3 children have been taken from the parents and are, I believe, in the care of family members, from what I've read.
Wow.
So
Dad knew? Dad was in on it?
No. At least Dad says he didn't know. I have a statement from him I'll share in just a second. The police said, police alleged the woman underwent great lengths to obtain the drugs, including taking old medication from a different person in their home. So she was coming up with whatever she could to give this poor little thing. Yeah.
It's a miracle she didn't kill her.
Indeed, because she's been incredibly ill. Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
But I mean, how could Dad not know? Was he in those appointments when she was diagnosed with these terrible things? Like, really? He wasn't?
He is a trucker.
Oh.
And so he's gone a lot. And so the information he had was coming directly from Alana, and he was supporting her. Here's his statement he put out just recently. His name is Brock Harris. He says, I figured this would be the fastest way to reach everybody, as I know everyone likes to gossip. Brock, first of all, you 2 made yourself out to be influencers. You had 1 million fucking followers, dude. No. Yeah. For what it's worth, I had no idea what Alana was doing to Daisy. I pushed for those surgeries because in my heart I felt it would help. I didn't realize that Daisy was being drugged the entire time, causing her symptoms to be what they were. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm a good dad, and I do my best to love and protect my children. I should have done better for them. I'm sorry I couldn't protect Daisy the way I should have. The children have been taken into custody. Under speculation, I potentially had something to do with this. On everything I have ever known and ever loved, I had no idea what Alana was doing. Alana, you're an absolute monster. You win. To all 4 of my beautiful children, I love you dearly, and I'm so sorry. So that was a recent statement that he put out. Wow. So did he know? Didn't he know? He says he didn't. This is in Queensland, Australia, in case I didn't mention that. So the reason it's coming up now is she's finally been formally charged. So it's taken a while for them to put together charges, but she has now been charged with torture, administering poison, making child exploitation material, and fraud.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Torture. So this baby'd had surgeries that she didn't need to have?
Yeah.
Or is that what the GoFundMe was for, was to get the surgeries?
Apparently she's had a couple of surgeries.
So
What I was unsure about is if she actually does have some medical issues and disabilities and that she was exacerbating them, or if she truly doesn't have any. That is a little unclear to me in what I've read so far.
Because if she's had surgeries she didn't need, what the hell is up with doctors?
Right.
Like, and I know how these Munchausen's moms do. They jump hospitals and doctors, and they just, tell doctors and pressure the hell out of them and stuff. I know, but my God, if she's had surgeries, there had to have been a reason, something justified to do a surgery on a baby that little.
Mm-hmm.
God almighty.
Yeah. Yep. Well, that's what we know. We also know that her attorneys are now asking for her to be moved into supervised custody in the jail because there have been some threats against her from other inmates that are making them nervous.
I would imagine so. I would imagine so.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody that's willing to do that to your 1-year-old baby, my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, somebody said it, that those family blogger deals are a bad deal because the kids always end up being cash cows.
Yeah.
And their rights are not protected, and yeah, it's hideous.
Mm-hmm. And they have other kids.
Many of them.
Yeah. They have other kids, and apparently some of the other kids from some of her TikToks I watched today, at least according to her, have some health issues. Hard to know at this point, right? I hope the other kids are okay, and I hope that this baby does not have long-term ramifications from this.
Right? That's crazy.
From what I'm reading, it sounds like the medication cocktail in her system was benzos.
Jeez, she was just sedating her?
Yeah.
I mean, she could have killed her so easily with benzos. Oof.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep, incredibly sad and scary. So thank goodness they got to the bottom of this before she did kill her, before it got even worse. And thank goodness for people watching these TikToks that realized that this was complete bullshit and did something about it.
Yeah.
This is a great example of if you see something, say something, you know?
It really is. It
That
really
people.
is.
But I agree. I think that the family blogging stuff has become more and more and more problematic, and I'm not so sure about this. I have followed other people on socials with legitimately terminally ill children that their TikToks or their YouTubes and stuff were a godsend, and it helped them to get the services, it helped them to get Make-A-Wish things, it helped them for their kids to get to meet a celebrity or some cool thing, I don't think that's a problem, but unfortunately we're turning into this. The Ruby Frankies of the world, the Alana Harrises of the world.
That nurse from Utah.
Oh, yeah.
Has just gotten in big trouble for how filthy her house is. And the abuse that they were posting it on their socials.
Obvious abuse and neglect, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Crazy.
Her name is Alana Harris. So it's kind of an interesting thing because in Australia, it's illegal to show, if in cases of child abuse, it's illegal to show the parents or share their names in the news because they're protecting the victim, which is understandable. But in the U.S., we don't do that. We do share the parents' names. And so the articles that are coming out of Australia don't have any identifying features for mom. In fact, I have a couple of her arrest photos.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But everyone knows who she is because
But everyone
she's
knows
been
who she
blasting
is.
herself all over the internet.
Yeah, her TikTok has now been taken down as well, but
Good.
not before people got a bunch of it, kind of like 8 Passengers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, see that little bitty wheelchair? Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So that's incredibly sad and frightening, but
Yes, it is.
I really, yeah, benzos they're sedatives. Yeah.
They're like anxiety medication. Mm-hmm. Or benzos. Yeah. Certainly
Yeah.
not something that you would be giving a 1-year-old.
No. Yep. Yep.
Wowza. Whew, well, what a crime day.
Yeah.
A lot of terrible shit going on in the world, huh?
A lot of weird stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, Kristi says, really? I didn't know that. I know they don't film in court at all, so there will be no video once she goes to court, only outside. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but they blurred her face in her arrest photos, too.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess when you're an influencer with 1 million followers, that doesn't really do you any good.
It doesn't, because everyone already knew who she was. Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy. Well, if you see something, say something. Always.
Yep. Also, Zooberry was sentenced today, so we'll have that tomorrow night on Case Updates. But
All right.
that's all done. There's some interesting
Yes.
things coming up.
Yeah, there are. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on. I learned some interesting things about Nicholas Rossi in the ex-Mormon Reddit yesterday.
Yes.
But I'll talk about that tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy stuff. Crazy.
What? Nick Rossi and it's crazy stuff? Nick Rossi, Alaverdian, Jingleheimer Schmidt? I can't believe
Yes,
this.
that guy. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The man of many names.
Indeed.
Alrighty. Well, just to sum up what we said earlier, if you joined us late, beginning next week, we will not be live streaming to Facebook or Twitter anymore, X. We will be live streaming only to YouTube. So if you follow us, if you watch our show on either of those platforms, you're going to want to come on over here to YouTube, because that's where we're going to be.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And with that, I don't know, we're pretty chill today. Feels like.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just because we're chilled to the bones. I don't know.
That's probably true. Yeah.
Well, it is Tuesday, so we'll be back tomorrow night, Wednesday, for Case Updates at 6 p.m. Mountain. We'll be back on Thursday at 3 p.m. Mountain, and that'll be our week. So we appreciate you all. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to join our Discord, that was the other thing we talked about, is trying to kind of encourage people on over to Discord as we're trying to back out of Facebook. Go to truecrimesquad.com. There's a link there that will take you right to Discord. That's the invite link so you can join our group. We would love to have you over there as well.
Indeed.
And you know what? We are the True Crime Squad. Thanks for being here.
Take care.
Season 6, we're back again. Kristi and Katie, your crime time friends. Stories, justice, laughs collide. True Crime Squad, come join the ride. Grab the clues, let's take a stand. For victims' voices, hand in hand. True Crime Squad, it's time to shine. Season 6, your turn, your time. True Crime Squad, where justice meets hilarity.